Hi there. How's everyone doing out there? GRT Sports. Hey, folks.
Okay, I'm back now. I unplugged my mic on accident. But hey, everybody, welcome to Casual Conversations with the Homies. We're back. We got Tito, we got Guru in here. Sorry about the layout. I said it, everything deleted for me, so that's why we didn't come on exactly at 8 o'clock because I was trying to scramble and fix everything. But we're here. We're here to talk. We have Guru, we have Tito, we have me, and it's just a casual conversation anyway. So let's get it cracking. I haven't seen you guys or talked to you guys in a while. So what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Guru, you first. Guru, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. How y'all doing, man? I mean, I'm doing pretty good. My weekend was good. We weren't on last week. How you doing?
I'm good. I've been cool. You know, working day and night. Other than that, I've been fine. Tito, what about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm on cloud nine right
Oh,
now, man. Right
we
here.
might as well
I
get
know
right
we're gonna
into
talk
our
about.
first subject.
I know we
See
can
the
talk
hat?
about it, but right here, man, cloud nine. I just
See the
needed
hat?
one, man. I just needed one. I mean, I know that we're not gonna stop with one, but I just needed one, man.
So
Cloud
if you
nine right
guys
now.
don't know, MLB World Series was well, it ended yesterday. The Dodgers won the series 4-2. First title since 1988, my birth year. 88 in the house. Yeah, 32 years. So, Kershaw got his one that he needed. People always say he's the best regular season pitcher of all time. And this is something that he needed, but I like how he just shrugged it off like, man, I don't care about none of that. We just won. Give me the champagne. Where's the ladies? Nah, I'm just joking. He was on the field with his kids and his wife. But go ahead, Tito. We'll let you have this moment. Because I know we were texting a little bit, and you were kind of. I seen your tweets
Yeah,
after that. That crazy game where they gave up those two runs in the last inning, and you were kind of like, we had you on suicide watch. It was an over under, and I'm glad
dude.
you
I,
survived.
I was I was
Yeah.
pissed. I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I was pissed to the point where I didn't even want to watch, or I didn't watch the beginning of Game Five. I was so mad. Like I definitely, I was like, nah, I gotta let it breathe a little bit, let it air
Yeah.
out, um, in order to get it. But it's just, it was just one of those games, man. Like to me, that was a 2020 game in a nutshell. Like whatever could go wrong, went wrong. Like positioning, pitching, everything, right? But I mean, hey, we won. Kershaw, like, hey, I personally had him as the MVP for the series. I mean, just what he put up, 2-0, just I think it was like a 2.37 ERA, 14 Ks, so averaging, 7 Ks, like, and the funny thing is in both of those outings, he didn't go past the 6th inning. So I think he did enough to do it, but then again, I mean, man, Seager played out of his
Yep.
mind. I mean, everybody in that lineup, man, Mookie, dude, Boston, thank you. Red Sox, thank you. Like literally the steal of the century. Like I don't care who we gave up. Like, we even kept that flamethrower
Mm-hmm.
Gastrol, right? Like the relieving pitcher. They didn't want him. They said he was hurt. Where was he hurt, man? Look at what he was doing. But man, Mookie Betts is invaluable, man. Like what that guy brought to the table. I mean, the funny thing is with him, he didn't do anything that was like
Mm-hmm.
spectacular, like, oh my God, we've never seen it or anything. But he was in the right, like, man, I've never seen anybody run bases like him since, and I wasn't, born, but Ricky Henderson, like a master stealer, is always in the right position, taking advantage of any like loose balls or anything like that. Pause. But it is one of those situations.
Pause.
I got you,
Yeah,
Raymir.
yeah.
I got you. Um, but man, Mookie Betts, like literally, I mean, I admired him from afar when he was with Boston. I mean, I work with a company that, I have
Yeah.
ties to Boston. Uh, admire him from afar, but now that he's on my team, man, it's dude. Like, I told my wife, like, I need to get a jersey. I definitely need to come up, do it. Like, I'm cloud nine, man. Like, I'm glad we got the win. It's not gonna stop there though, man, because this team is young. This team is loaded. You know, I'm still crossing my fingers that they can get that shortstop, even though we have Seager, that they can get that shortstop from Cleveland that everybody's been talking about. If we can get him, just move one of them over to second base, we call it a day. Like murderers row, man. If not, I mean, we don't know what happens with JT. Obviously, everybody heard about Justin
Yeah.
Turner. Um, you know, if he's gonna get suspended or not. Like now, there's reports that he just disregarded stuff, and it is what it is, man. Hey, we got a chip. I mean, I'm about to, flash, but I got the Dodger rep. I got my jersey on, everything. Like
Rep it.
it's go Dodgers, man. Go. I know I live in the Bay. I know that
Man, yeah,
everybody
you
out
might
here
get beat up.
is
They're
salty,
salty today.
You celebrate your
hella
victory.
salty. But yeah, but it is one of those things, man. Like I'm cloud nine, man.
Uh-oh.
Soaring, dude.
Where did
Soaring.
Tito go? He disappeared. Hold on. Let me try to get him back in here. Technical difficulties today, everyone. But yeah, I feel you, man. I think it's good. As far as JT, I don't know. Day one, he was excited. What do you expect? Guy, he doesn't have any symptoms. We don't know what's going on with COVID for real. But if somebody gets hurt or something, if somebody dies in the next 7 days because of him, then he might be in trouble. But which most likely, they'll be okay. LA was going crazy. A lot of craziness. People celebrating. So now they have the LA Lakers and the Dodgers. Is the excuse me. You know what I found kind of funny? The Clippers didn't congratulate the Dodgers at all.
And they have no ties to the city, dude. They should just go to Seattle.
Yeah, they should just
Go for
dip.
it, man.
They should
Just
just move.
move.
Oh, now we got Tito too big.
You
Yeah,
know,
go ahead.
right? You know what was funny? So there was this thing. I mean, I saw it on multiple sports, like the Ringer, the Ringer network that I follow. I think ESPN had it as well, where they were saying, "Oh, superstars get traded to LA and they deliver." So you have AD. They had a picture of AD, and they had a picture of Mookie. But where was Paul George? Where's playoff P, man?
Yeah, he ain't gonna be playoff P. But congrats to them. Um, I think it's cool. Like I seen like a lot of Giants fans on the internet talking about it's an asterisk season. Like they played 130. It's like, come on, man. Every team in the MLB had the same opportunity to win. Like I understand home field means something, and it does. But if the plan failed or even, and all the teams sign up for it, and one team wins, that's a true champion. They went against everybody else. They did what they're supposed to do. I think it's cool. I think it's good for them. They kind of can put some things to rest. Like I said, Kershaw, he can kind of get the people off his back. And also Dave Roberts, too. They was coming for him a couple times, saying he couldn't finish the job in the big game or managed right. But even though he got cheated, and this is the first World Series for Mookie Blaylock. Mookie Blaylock. Mookie
Hey
Blaylock.
now,
He said, but
Mini
Mookie,
Jordan.
this is his first clean championship. Cough, cough. Red Sox is tainted. But yeah. Any last words on this before we switch over to the NFL? Tito, I know you kind of.
Just get ready for us, man. Get ready for us. I mean, I think Vegas odds for your betters. Dodgers are the plus 450 favorite to win it again. Go put your bets in early, man, because it's they're gonna take it.
All right. Congrats to the 2020 Dodgers. You guys did it. Our local fan, Tito, he wishes you guys well. And if anybody see this, get him some tickets or anything, something. Send him a jersey, a baseball. But let's switch gears and let's talk about the NFL. I know we kind of missed Nolan. We kind of missed my bad, everybody. My son back there screaming.
I pick them.
We missed a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure Google would have picked the Cowboys to win, and Tito would have picked the Redskins. The Washington football team to win. Dang. But
All day, man. I think I said it, in one of our first shows, right? I was like, Washington can go 2-14 for the season, but we're gonna win both games against Dallas.
Dallas is the worst team in the NFL right now, besides the Jets. Guru, just go ahead. Guru, I do want to. I don't want to like beat a dead horse, but you guys sucked all around the ball. Defense, special teams, quarterback, running back. Quarterback got hurt on a freak accident. I don't think that was that bad of a play, but it was a bad. He got hurt. It was I hope Andy Dalton gets well. And you got the Nanucci or whatever Nakuchi. I don't know his name. I don't know who that guy is. The 7th rounder, the young kid. And Danucci. Yeah, he comes in the game.
Danucci.
It doesn't. You have a bunch of team. You have a team full of no-name players because you guys suck. And it's pretty much if it's tank for Lawrence. But go ahead, Guru. I know you want to talk about your team, the Cowboys, but I'm gonna be quiet for just 2 minutes. I'm gonna just let you go.
I'm not. Wait a second. Wait a second. I'm not. I'm not. Nah. Oh, Guru, go.
No, I mean, as bad as it is, we still have a chance to win our division. It's unlikely. It seems like the Eagles are coming on right now, but as it pertains to us, the Cowboys, I mean, listen, uh, we're just bad all the way around. It starts at the top with the owner and his son, and then the coach. He's not really inspiring to our players. I mean, I don't see any effort. We're having a fire sale. We traded um, uh, Everett to the Detroit Lions for a conditional sixth round pick. Uh, and if Don Terry Poe doesn't get room, if we're not able to trade him today, he will be released tomorrow. Um, we also released Brandon Carr, who was having issues with the defense coordinator. It's just bad all the way around for us. But hopefully we'll make a trade during the trade deadline and get a quarterback, possibly Tyrod Taylor or some other quarterback. But even with that being said, our defense is horrible. The coaching is horrible. It's really hard being a Cowboy fan right now. I'm powerless, so the vultures can pick my bones.
Guru,
You
this
guys
is
are
my
doing.
first time ever
So
hearing you
feel free.
with the writing on the wall when it comes to your team. Oh man, the Cowboys suck so bad. Guru lost hope. He's actually being realistic about his team.
He's not. He's not. He's not a Cowboy fan. What's
I have to
happening?
be
What's going
objective.
on?
Hey,
Yeah.
we got
Hey, you
fans
know
out
what,
there.
Guru? I commend you. I
Yep.
commend you for that, Guru, because hey, man, you've never wavered from Dallas. You've always been, we're gonna go 11-5. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. But this is the Guru that I love, man. Like,
Honest
definitely.
Guru
Hey,
2020.
we are bad. We are bad. Yeah, my vote's for Guru, man. It's like we are bad. We're but I did hear the Cowboy fan in you. There definitely is some hope there, right? Like the NFC East, yes, it's my team's division. I'm a Washington fan. Everybody knows that. It sucks. It's beyond sucky. Like that whole division right now needs to get relegated. I wish there was relegation, like in soccer,
Yeah.
where teams get demoted. Like literally, hey, guess what? You're not in here next season, or you forfeit automatically. Like just end the season right now. You know what? Stay. All four of those teams deserve 1 through 4 pick. I mean, well, maybe 2 through 5. Let's be real. David, I see you in here. The Jets. I'm sorry, but the Jets are definitely not a
Man,
football team
Arrow.
right now. At best, an arena. At best, an arena football. You know what? XFL. I think they can't even play in the XFL right now, dude. Like The Rock doesn't want them. Nope,
Not
not
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen. But Dallas, man, Dallas is definitely a little bit of an S show right now. Come on, man. You go all the way to Washington just to kick a field goal. Like you could have done that in practice. Like just stay home, don't do anything. Like what's happening, what's going on, like there was that little glimpse where they almost scored and then they get intercepted in the end zone. Like it's bad all around. There was something though where I think you're right. The coach isn't probably motivating, but it's also players, man. Like I'm sorry, but you get paid to do something. You get paid to play. Like get out there and do it. Like I don't care. Your quarterback sucks, whatever. Like Andy Dalton, But when he got hurt, I mean, I didn't see it as a dirty play. I'm sorry, Bostich. I don't think that
I
it
didn't
was
either.
like
I didn't either.
predominantly hit. Like, I mean, yes, he I felt like he hit him up in the chest area, and from there it kind of caused that whiplash that kind of went through it. But that's just me from what I saw. But regardless of the matter, I didn't see one player go after him. Like, I didn't see anybody stand up for their quarterback. Like, if this was any other team, there would have been a flag, there would have been something, or at least some pushing or anything like that. Like, hey, what the hell? What's going on? And to me, that's very, very telling of, like, either one, the players do not like the coaching staff, or two, that coaching staff has no rein in the players, where the players just didn't even want to play. I mean, it happened towards the end of the game, but it was one of those where how come nobody stood up for what was deemed a bad
I
hit,
don't. I think it wasn't a bad hit though. Like I, not say it wasn't a bad hit, but if you watch it, it's a bad hit. Like it's bad on Dalton and it's horrible. And but I see Amari Cooper run into him a little bit, and then they put their hands up. So I don't. You can't necessarily throw hands on the football field anyway. So I don't know what they wanted them to do. Honestly, me personally, I don't like. I didn't understand Mike McCarthy's like his sentiment afterwards. Just like nah, like these guys are I don't know. I wasn't too bad that people didn't come to his defense, but I think they was there for him. They all crowded around him. They cared for him. It's not like you could if you rush on the field and you hit the guy who did it, you might get ejected. Like that'd cost your team even more. So I don't, I think in a moment or something like that where somebody's really hurt, where it happens so fast like that, I give them the benefit of the doubt that that you gonna stop and pause and check your guy and not even really really. No, it happens all the time. A lot of people get hit, and people would just, team just huddle up around the team doctors and let that be that. Like when, that kick that was a freak accident, so that don't count. But I don't know. Overall, the Cowboys suck. So who knows what's going on with this in this organization? The coaches, the franchise. I think you said it. You said it before we started. You said it 2 weeks ago. Nothing changed in this organization. All the coaching staff is still the same. It's just Mike McCarthy is the new head coach, and it's all the same people. 85% telling them the same thing that was there last year. Captain Clapper, Jason Garrett is not that bad now. Look at all you Cowboys fans who wanted him out. Look at all you Cowboys fans who wanted Jason Garrett gone. Now you,
I still want to know him
right?
gone.
I
nine is
I have a question for you, Guru. Where's Zeke? I mean, Zeke is supposed to be this elite running back, regardless of the quarterback that's there. Like, where has Zeke been? Like, I haven't. I mean, to me, I think I text the group, like he's on a diet. Like, he's not eating right now. Like
Zeke trash
he's
too.
definitely, feed Zeke. Like where is he?
But before you answer that question, though,
Well,
I think before the season start, I said the Cowboys are gonna have some trouble because this is gonna be their first year they play where they get exposed. Like that offensive line is old now. People knew Dak and who he was as a player, and people know Zeke. They're not those young guys who were surprising people no more with an all-star line, and all that they had all that not going for them, and they had a new head coach, and people were still high on them. And this is exactly what happens with any team that's trash. Besides the Falcons, they're crazy. But go ahead, go real.
well, I mean, let me pick my pride for my team up off the ground after you guys then just splattered them. But no, all seriousness, for Zeke Elliott, Tito, you're right. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in his effort. I mean, I've been watching NFL a long time. I've never seen less effort out of a football team in my life, and it just seems like guys are just going through the
Mm-hmm.
motions. You don't see any energy within uh, the structure of the football team. I mean, my God, guys are kind of going ho hum on their routes. Mari Cooper not wanting to extend for
Wow, I never seen
balls.
that before.
Uh, you know, uh, linebackers not being in their gaps, cornerbacks, just using bad technique, getting, beat by like 10 yards on routes. That's all a sign of low morale, uh, poor organizational leadership, and and just a lack of pride within themselves as individuals. I mean, my God, you're football players. Hell, your family's watching. You know, and you just got to do better than that. And I've never seen anything this bad. So, we deserve all the crap we get until we decide to fix it. I'll say that about any team, and I'll say it about mine. I can't hide.
There we go,
You
Guru.
can't hide behind
I
this
think you're
mess.
right though. I think a lot of those guys morale is just gone. I don't know if it's the coaching staff, but I might just go with the Dak injury. Like he might have been a good locker room guy that kept those guys. He might have just been the quarterback of that team. The glue that keeps those guys together and keep them going. And maybe they were always hanging by a thread, and he was, maybe. And then when he went out, they morale just like, oh man, like they really were hurt, crushed by it. So maybe I think so. Now I'm intrigued to see what Jerry Jones do next season because you guys are going to have a high draft pick. So you're going to get one of these quarterbacks coming out the draft for sure. For sure.
Nah, he's gonna draft a
No,
receiver again.
he shouldn't even
Well,
drafted CD's nuts. I mean CD Lamb. He should have that was
no, that shouldn't have been
he,
drafted. He shouldn't have been
Yeah.
drafted. No knock on CD Lamb,
no.
but we needed something on defense or offensive line. You know, that's where we needed someone, and we didn't get him. So hopefully, CD Lamb turns out to be the player that we need. But hell, you know,
Jerry Jones is the problem though. That's the real problem. That's the real issue.
you know,
But
That's not
yeah,
gonna change
I
though.
know. He's the reason why the Cowboys are like they are, and the players need to play better. But back on to, I know we're gonna start talking about Dez Bryant in 1 minute, but I just want to talk about the Raiders for 1 second. We lost. This is the
okay.
first time in a long time that we lost the game, like badly, and I'm not mad at Derek Carr. I'm actually okay with how he played and how he did his thing. Like he didn't do no dumb plays. He was making more of the right decisions this game. It's just that our defense is atrocious. Like we have the worst defense, one of the worst defenses in the league. And yeah, but shout out to Raiders. We'll get back next week. Oh man, I don't know how I missed this story. Odell Beckham Jr. is hurt. Since we talking about NFL receivers. Odell Beckham Jr. is hurt. They play the Raiders on Sunday. Las Vegas. We're gonna get the win. He gets hurt. Baker Mayfield's look like like he doesn't know what he's doing the first couple of drives. The first 6 throws he's ever thrown, they suck. He threw an interception. Odell being the team player that I keep saying he is. People don't like him personally, but he's a good team player. He plays hard and he plays through the whistle. He tried to make a tackle, not being a defensive guy. ACL is gone. He's out for the year. I'm pretty sure Baker feels like trash because he threw the interception, but this is football. You can't really, account for freak accidents. Baker Mayfield looks amazing afterwards, but it's against the Bengals, so I'm not like impressed. He does this against the Bengals, like he's winning the battle of Ohio every single time. So we'll see on Sunday if he can do this against the Raiders, which is capable because we have no pass rush, we have no defensive backs. So we'll see on Sunday. But
There's there's also there's also a little bit of a theory that I'm gonna be watching out for. I mean, it's my own little theory, but it's actually the OBJ factor. It's actually the pressure that having OBJ on your team brings for Baker, which is I have to feed him, I have to throw it to him, I have to get him in a position to succeed. And that is one of those where you saw after he left the game, after he got hurt, it was a little bit of more of like free Baker. Like he's gonna roll around and throw it to everybody and anybody. Like I mean, fantasy owners of the Browns hate him at the moment because he's throwing to absolutely whoever. But it's something that I'm gonna watch out for. Maybe it's just the pressure for, hey, I have these 2 stud receivers or one superstar and Landry, who's not too shabby, to actually, kind of force feed it into it. But it's something that I'll
yeah,
watch out for. David, I see you in the comments. I'm definitely not gonna give Atlanta a pass. I mean, I don't know why I do it to myself. Ramir, I know Ramir had asked me during the week, to pick some games, and I was like, oh, they can cover 3 points. I once
Once
again,
again, man, they
Atlanta.
lost the
I
card
think
too.
every single
Atlanta themselves.
right. It's like I really think that they're outdoing themselves. I mean, there might be a curse with Atlanta. I mean, there. I just think the city in general, there might be a curse that's going on. Because it's like the Braves were up 3-1 on the Dodgers. We the infamous Super Bowl. 28-3. You know, e- this season, every single one of their losses, they've been up, and handedly, it literally is the game is for them to lose. And sure enough, they've lost every single one. So I'm not gonna give them a pass. They're atrocious. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, I was kind of rooting for their interim coach right now, Morris, I believe. I think he used to be a Washington cornerback coach. Um, so it definitely is one of those. I mean, he has Tampa Bay ties too. Let's put that out there. But so I'm rooting a little bit for him. But man, Atlanta is definitely, dude. The NFL is crazy right now because the teams that are trash. Like there's no middle teams right now, other than I'll probably say the Raiders. I'll definitely put them in the middle echelons. But the teams that are trash are absolutely trash, and the teams that are up on top are running away with it up on top. It's crazy how it is.
Yeah, Atlanta's trash. They keep finding new ways. Todd Gurley, how do you not go down? He's like he tried to stop at the last minute, and a ghost is like the 12th man. You ever seen the Sixth Man in that movie? It just pushed him in the end zone. Like, up, nope, push. So they suck. All right, former Cowboys wide receiver Des Bryant he signed to the practice squad of the Baltimore Ravens. He wears number 11. What does this mean for Baltimore? Go ahead, Guru. I'll let you take a stab at it first. That's what she said.
Uh, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. He hasn't played since 2017. Um, but I always say, when you play football as long as a lot of these men have, you don't forget how to do it. It's all about, uh, do you still have it? You know, are you still, are you able to go out there and do the things that you've been doing since you were a child by osmosis? And that's what it comes to. So we'll see.
We'll see. To me, the Baltimore Ravens are I don't want to. I need to see some more development from Lamar Jackson. And to me, you get him Dez Bryant on a practice squad, you're not making no moves. They're like 31st in like passing in NFL. And we all know Lamar Jackson is cool. He can run and he can pass. But he really doesn't have any weapons. He got the small brown guy, and it's like, how many trick ponies can you do when you're just running it? People know when the guy just can run a streak. It's like not all that he has to offer, but mainly what he has to offer. And it's like he needs receiver help, and Des Bryant can be that receiver. I'm not saying he's not, but I don't think the system and how they coaching the receivers in Baltimore is going to do anybody justice. Unless Des Bryant just come in, he start wilding, like you can do a jump ball and he can catch the ball. But considering what type of injury he had and him not being in football shape, I'm not expecting that. Like I'm rooting for him, sure. Like I was tired of seeing him running routes on Instagram every single week. So video marketing works. If you keep it up and you keep trying hard, you can kind of get back into what you want to do. So that's why I'm happy for Des Bryant. He's on the team. But to me, this pickup wasn't like it wasn't what they needed. Like they should have had we don't have this in the show neither. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
AB.
AB signed with the Buccaneers. They should have did a really Nah, you know what? It was nothing that was gonna get AB not to go play with Tom Brady. He played with Tom Brady for one game, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is the guy right here." And he got suspended, and now he's kind of glad he can come back into a situation where
I I think you're right. I think you're right in that there was nothing that was gonna stop him from playing with Tom Brady. Only reason is like Seattle is pretty well respected, and there was that report right off the bat, right? Like, hey, Seattle, as soon as he becomes available, Seattle is going after him. I want to say that they themselves probably put that out so that they can sway him in any which way. But I think you're absolutely right in that AB was going to play with Tom Brady regardless of the matter. Like that's where he was always going to go. I mean, you see it in the contract that he signed, right? I mean, the contract. I mean, it's incentive laden, uh, just to like per catches, per wins, per playoff performance, everything, and the base salary is very very low. So it is what it is. But I mean, how many weapons can that team have though, man? I mean, I know Tom Brady is playing and we're in, week 8, I believe. Um, it's I think it could they got to be careful cuz it could come back to bite them in the butt cuz everybody's ring chasing, right? I mean, we saw it with Fournette. I mean, Fournette hasn't been the same. I mean, he's still formidable. They got a nice young stud running back in Ronald Jones, I believe, out of SC, go Trojans. But it is one of those things where how many weapons can they have, man?
Guru.
No, I mean, well, they're missing OJ Howard. He's out for the season. So even though that's a tight end move, you still could plug Antonio Brown anywhere and on the field. Also, good Godwin has been like he's dealing with some injuries. He's nicked up. So
He
um,
looked good on
it's
Sunday.
kind of right on time for him. He certainly did. He certainly did. But you know what? He's a good addition, and you can't help but to root for him. Guys like him, Richie Incognito, guys who have had issues like most football players do. I'm not going to read into his character or behavior. This is what he does for a living, and he's not a bad person. He's had some issues, but good for Tampa Bay. I mean, that this is definitely going to put them where they need to be. And by the way, I was wrong about Tom Brady too.
Oh, I was just about to call you out on that
He's
too,
playing really
but you
good.
did it yourself.
He's
He
playing really
played,
good.
man. He
You
to
know,
me, he's playing like the first couple of weeks he played like anybody in a new system, but him being Tom Brady, he's clicking and he's clacking, and I think AB is a good pickup for him. I think what Bruce Arian is putting out there that we're taking no nonsense. I don't think they got to go so hard at it, but you have to do it. Like I'm pretty sure he's talking to AB on the side, like yeah, we kind of know you're going to be on a good narrow, but we have to say these things because your past issues, but. They have Gronk. They have a whole like who do you stop? Like the defensive job is to take somebody out the game. And if you have too many people you have to take out the game, you will not be able to take people out the game. It's week 7 or whatever, and now Gronk just now got turned on a little bit, and it's like, dang it. Mike Evans,
I'll tell you how
go
you
ahead.
beat. I'll tell you how you beat. I'll tell you how you beat Tampa Bay. And the fun is they laid out that they for me they laid out this game plan. Like they laid out the formula to beat themselves. What they did against Aaron Rodgers with Green Bay. They constantly pressured Aaron Rodgers, just got him on the first 2 downs, just were blitzing. I mean, I think I called it where I was saying Tampa Bay's defense was going to get them in trouble because they were playing very, very undisciplined. But lately, they've been good. They've been in, they've kept their young guys in check, so to speak, right? They're not making these mental mistakes that most teams would go, in their position would go after. But what they did to Aaron Rodgers is how you beat Tom Brady because he cannot move. He's playing really well, but if you see him moving side by side, he can't move out of the pocket. He needs to get rid of it quick. So if you can get into him, that's how you beat Tampa Bay, man. You need to go after, pressure the quarterback, and some of these big boy defenses can do that, but it's gonna be very very hard,
That's why
man.
you
It's
sign
gonna be
AB.
very very hard.
You have to do everything you can so he can dump the ball off anywhere at any given moment. You double this person, he's gonna go bomb to Mike Evans. Chris Godwin, fast. AB, fast. Scatty. Gronk, hands. Ronald, he can run out the backfield. Fournette can catch out the backfield. It's like the offensive line. If they like, yeah, you're right. If the offensive line let him down, I think you can beat them. But other than that, I think they'll be fine. Yeah, so AB he'll be in there. I think he signed officially today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
believe
good for
so.
him. Josh, what's his name? What's the guy? What's Flash name? The guy, the receiver, Flash. Josh Gordon. He hasn't played for Seattle yet, huh?
Josh. No,
Nah,
is he
I
on
don't
their
think so.
roster?
I think he signed with them, right? Yeah, he signed.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure. I
know.
have to do a
Yeah,
check.
but so Tom Brady is he only lost 2 games. Bill Belichick, Patriots suck. Cam Newton might be benched. I know we don't have that in the cards, but they have a trash team. They don't. Now I'm sorry, we're going to revisit this question now from the earlier this from back in March when we first had our first show. Who was going to be better, Tom Brady or Bill Belichick? And I said Tom. I think we. I don't know if we all said. I think Guru was probably the only person who didn't say Tom Brady. But Tom Brady played with this trash team last year, and he had him playing pretty well. And now he's gone, and now we're kind of seeing who was part of the magic. Because when I'm watching them out there on the film with Stidham, Newton, or whoever's at the quarterback, they look like an elementary team. Like they just look like they don't look good at all. They look sluggish. They don't look like real big boy receivers, tight ends, offensive line, and now quarterback. Like they don't like even Cam Newton said it himself. If he plays like this, he's not gonna be starting that much longer. And I think he'll be okay because I think he showed enough to be, if he played for a good team, he'll get another job. So it's whatever. But right now, for what he's doing on the Patriots and the Patriots team as a whole, offense and defense, they're talking about trading Gilmore. It's like I don't know, Bill Belichick. I think they might have gambled wrong on this one. I don't understand why you don't make Tom Brady feel 100% comfortable and let him retire as a Patriot. But they didn't do that. And for right now, because we don't know how the rest of the NFL season is going to go, but Tom Brady looked like he's winning. Right? Can y'all agree on that at least? All right,
I
cool.
do.
So Sunday night
Yeah.
football. I hate this team. I hate this. No, I don't hate this team. I don't hate Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray's not my favorite player in the NFL. They went against the Seahawks, who's always taking games to the last minute. I guess their fans, they just want to give everybody in their staff and their fan base a heart attack because they can never win the games throughout the games. It's always last minute. Yeah, they went into yeah, they played in Arizona, right? And that was a good game.
They did,
I'm
yeah.
not. I
Overtime.
got respect for. I got a little bit more respect for DK Metcalf because those hustle plays. You
Oh,
always gonna
dude.
garner
Yeah.
respect among the country once a guy really goes out that way because he really saved some points. Like I was watching with my family. I was explaining to my son, my wife. I'm like, nah, like he stopped the play and they went for it on fourth down and they didn't get it. So they didn't even get 3 points. Imagine if they would have got to 7. Even though they lost, the game could have been different. But anyway, I say all that to say this. Do you guys think Kyler Murray is a superstar this season? Guru, I want you to go first.
Well, this game certainly made me sit up a little bit. I won't go that far yet, but that was an impressive win against a really good team. Granted, the Seahawks, they don't have a good defense, but you know who they do have? They have Russell Wilson, and you go toe to toe with a future Hall of Famer who's in his prime right now, and you're in your second year. I think you can say that he's on his way. So it's still a long season. They're in a tough division, and that's a good divisional win. And that's a good confidence win for them. I noticed that Cliff Kingsbury has changed up his offense, put in a lot of more two-set formation, one back, little play action, and did parted with a lot of his college philosophy. It's still some variations of it, and I think that really helped him. It allows defenses not to be so um, zeroed in on what they do and look like they're predictable. They certainly look like a different team. And to answer your question, I do feel like he's on his way.
Tito.
He could be. I think I text you guys this after that game where I still want to see him go play with the big boy defenses, but looking at their schedule, if you guys pull up their schedule, he could run the gauntlet, man. Like the who they're playing, like they play most of the NFC East teams,
Win.
which we already know are trash. Um, and I mean, they still got to play the Rams. You know, they still got to play, Seattle again. But Guru, you're right. Like Seattle's defense isn't the best out there. They do have Russell Wilson, but also Russell Wilson had the opportunity to put this game away. And he 3 picks, two of them boneheaded picks, man. Like literally, like lob, like no oomph, to the passing. Like literally just gave it to the other team. So did Kyler Murray do some of that? Yes. I mean, did he put up impressive numbers? I think so. I would commend the play calling. I definitely think that Klingsberg is using them to his best advantage. Um, and I'm not going to take anything away from to what I think is the best receiver in the game right now, other than I'm a big Devontae Adams fan. But D Hop, D Hop is a different beast right now. Like you throw it, like what he's doing, what he's catching, like he's catching everything that's coming near him. Kirk is nice, but to me, the unsung hero there, and he does it a lot, and the ultimate team player,
Larry
Larry
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
Yep.
Guru, Mr. Reliable, but you said something where Kingsbury, whatever his name is, the coach, is doing these double sets. He's running Fitzgerald as a decoy pretty much every single play. And you have to account for him because he's going to catch it. He's Mr. Reliable. You get him on a post route for like 10 yards, just go to the sticks every single time. That's what he's doing, and he was there as a safety net. But then again, you have your big boy D Hop, who's who's playing out of his mind, in my opinion. But we knew this was going to happen. I mean, that's the Bill O'Brien effect. Sorry, Texans fans. But I mean, Kyler Murray's doing all right. I'm with you, Guru. I'm with you, Raymir, in that I wish he was playing baseball, but it, it's yeah, I want to see him do this with big boy defenses. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see it other than when they play the Rams. But he's playing good, man. He's definitely playing good. I mean, we saw the flash of lightning with Lamar Jackson last year. We can possibly start seeing it with Murray if he continues to put up these impressive numbers. I mean, the NFC West right now is the division to beat, in my
They
opinion.
deserve the
They're
NFC
playing out their
East
mind.
playoff spot. I'm saying that
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, they should. Yeah, just give all four teams. Go for it,
I
man.
think
Like
so.
I'm all for it. Let's start it. Let's start
Yeah,
it.
they
Let's write a
they're playing out their
or
minds right
whatnot.
now in the NFC West. Like I don't know, but back to Kyler Murray. I thought I said it, and this is what I miss about pre-COVID because I kind of can have this conversation with people at the moment that understands exactly what I'm talking about. Besides me breaking down X's and O's to like the family, but Kyler Murray, he looked impressive a little bit, I guess. All right, let me take off my Kyler Murray hate face off. Kyler Murray, he looked good. He looked like he can show glimpses of playing in NFL, and I was glad they didn't run that rinky-dink college like playbook. Like they did a little bit, but when they were losing, they had to really put their big boy pants on, and he did. Like he was doing some reads. I know he smiled he winked at, or he did a little smile when he threw the when he seen the 1-on-1 with D Hop, and then he did another play where he kind of threw it to somewhere else, but he kind of recognized that he should have threw it to D Hop again because he was wide open. So that means he's looking at the field and he's reading the defenses. So he's doing his maturation process. Like he's getting better. Yeah, we'll have to see though. Like D Hop is cool. He should be on the Texans right now. And Bill O'Brien sucks. And Deshaun Watson, like I said, they were not my AFC South champions because he has no weapons. And his weapon, he's the Wolverine meme picture where he's looking at his I need
Yep.
to make that and put that up because D Hop is balling right now for Kyler Murray. He's making Kyler Murray look like he's a good Pro Bowl type player. But we'll see. They need to do against better teams. But the NFC West, man, they are the best teams right now in NFC. So, and Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league. I'm with you, Juan. I sometimes forget that, and I kind of, he's hurt a lot.
I don't think so, but he's one of the best.
Who you think is better though?
It
Chase Claypool right now is the best
Oh
wide
my
receiver in the
God, Chase
NFL.
Claypool. First of all, let's just give it out now.
he a
He's
rookie,
a rookie,
man. He
and
a rookie.
I take.
I don't care.
He's
I
not.
don't care. I'm taking
He's
him.
making.
You can move him everywhere. Look at his touchdowns. Look at his numbers.
So we're numbers guys now.
No
All right,
receivers
Devontae
doing
Adams just came back on
no,
Sunday, got 3 touchdowns. Look at his numbers.
yeah, no, he's great. Yeah, I mean, but if I had my choice, I'm going to take Claypool first and
Now let me
Devontae
tell you
second.
why.
You'll take
Man, let me
Devontae
tell you why I
first.
take Devontae, and this is like the only reason why. He has to be the smoothest route runner and juker at the wide receiver position in NFL. Period. It's nobody. Look at his feet. Look at him go and how he stops and go. How he does his post, his double post moves. You don't see that.
He's
You
awesome.
don't see that. Claypool is he's cool. He's a rookie. Like Juju Smith is garnering all the attention right now, and we'll see with the weeks coming on.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I was wrong on Ben Roethlisberger. They're actually the number 1 team in the NFL right now, and rightfully so. They're playing Pittsburgh football, and they throwing the ball. So, dang, you know what?
Can I tell you where you both were wrong? I never got a chance to say anything, but I just wanted to touch on something real quick, and I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone with this. And this has to do with Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield, and Derek Carr. Number 1, I'll start with you, Tito. Yes, don't be fooled. I don't think that OBJ has anything to do with whether Baker is going to play better or play worse. He sucks, okay? And listen, he played a great game last week. He played like he should have played, and it shouldn't be an aberration to see him play like that. That should be like every other week. And Braymer, so what you saw was, it was everything around him, but he made the play when he had to. And you know what? I'm not patting him on the back. You're the number 1 overall pick. That's what we expect. And Braymer, let me get to you and the Raiders. You should be mad at Derek Carr. He didn't play well. Yeah, he made the throws that he needed to make the game close early. Yes, I will say that. I mean, and I was really proud to see him do that because I know he's capable of it. But you know what? He turned into Derek Carr because guess what? Like 100-yard dash, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just pulled away from them. And I don't think it had much to do with their defense as much as it had to do with Derek Carr just not being able to sustain drives. I mean, there's no victory awards for a quarterback who, hangs in there for the first half against Tom Brady. Brady's going to have to come out and don't lose to the Cleveland Browns. And the only reason I mention this is because these 2 teams play each other. And I'm listening to you guys. And so, and I'm not hating, but I will say this. Derek Carr has to have he has to beat Cleveland next week. And he has to beat them convincingly. And for Baker Mayfield, Tito, he has to beat the Raiders to show that game was that he played last week without Odell, the one that got Odell hurt, because he's the reason Odell got hurt. But he's got to show that he can beat the Raiders.
I hear you, Guru. I'm not about to go too much in detail because I have a headache right now, and I don't know why you just came down on the Raiders like that. But Derek Carr didn't win the game. I don't understand that, but he didn't outright lose the game like he normally does. So, you got it.
I hear
You
Guru.
expect much you expect much more from him the way he was playing that first half. You expected him to be like,
No,
okay, let me put this team on
I
my
have to
back
understand
and
this.
let's go
The Tampa
chuck
Bay
that ball
Buccaneers
downfield.
made the Raiders one-dimensional. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't do nothing. So, when you make a team one-dimensional, And when Derek Carr is still making some okay plays, even though they're one dimensional and not like outright throwing a pick every time, I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay. Even when he did that, when he fumbled the ball, he was going to the right place with the ball. He just didn't. You can't account for that. So we'll see. I think we'll be. I think this
That
game
first
this
half,
next game it's going to tell a lot for the rest of these quarterbacks' careers. I think I think Derek Carr has to win this game. I think Baker Mayfield doesn't have to win this game, but he needs to win this game to make a statement. But I don't think he will. I think Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield at this point. To me, if you can't do it against the good teams like in your division, like the NFC West can be the weakest player in the weakest team in the division will come up and stand up against their divisional foes. They will punch Seattle in the mouth. They will punch the Ram in the mouth. But if the Browns can't punch the Steelers in the mouth or put up a fight against the Ravens, I don't care what you can do against the Bengals. The Bengals are trash. They have nobody on their team. AJ Green needs to get traded. Like, come on, man. But go ahead, Tito.
Yeah, I mean, I hear Guru. I definitely hear him. I don't listen to people that teams lose to a one-win team and only score 3 points. But to piggyback off of your point, Ramir, it's your division rival, man. Like you're supposed to show up. You're supposed to come out here and, like Ramir said, punch people in the mouth. And guess what? Dallas didn't do that, but it is what it is. We're not talking about Dallas. We're not talking about Dallas here. I'm hating. I'm hating. I'm gonna stay
He's
hating.
over here
But
talking like he got the 10-incher.
y'all
But nah,
doing me in.
I hear you, Guru. I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I'll be the first one to say my words of I'm not a Carr fan. I'm not a Baker fan. I do think that they got more to prove than they've actually have. So um, for me, I'm just curious as to is the pressure of having OBJ on your team, does that get to Baker? Like, but I don't think it should. I mean, he's the number one pick. You need to go out there and play. It's the Cleveland Browns, though, man. They don't go anywhere. But at the same time, it's job security because he has to be their guy, or at least they think he has to be their guy. Same thing. Like, I'm actually surprised. I mean, I'm rooting for the Raiders. I definitely think that they have a lot more than what they've shown. But I also am surprised that Gruden is taking some of these car games and allowing him to kind of ride with it, because to me it seems like all these trash quarterbacks do just enough to kind of keep their job, or to try and to say, all right, I'm going to give it one more go, and keep, and it keeps going
Right.
and going
Dwayne
and going, because
Haskins.
they're doing just enough. I mean, yeah, yeah. Wow, Dwayne Haskins. I mean, everybody knows I was never really a big fan, but the other name, like Carson Wentz. I mean, yes,
Phantom.
the Eagles. I mean, dude, that division is trash. Carson Wentz. We've said it. We think he's not good. But every single week it's that fourth quarter, right? Like, oh, there's a comeback here, and it's like he's doing just enough to actually say, oh, there's glimpses there, or you know what, I'm gonna ride with it. And it's just like it seems like all these quarterbacks every single week do just enough, other than Mr. Fitzmagic, who loses his job for beating a team that he's supposed to beat. But at the same time, it's like it is heartbreaking. That's the one quarterback that will do enough that the coach, who I do respect, Brian Flores, to make the call and make a decision. I mean, we've talked about Tua. We haven't said it in the show, but we talked about Tua actually starting now. And I think it's the right decision, in my opinion, right? Like, if you're going to put some butts in the seats, with the one, being a Florida team, it's allowed. But it sucks for Fitzpatrick, because I thought he was playing well, as he always does. But I hear
Fitzmagic.
you, Guru.
Speaking of Fitzmagic, NFL trades. You think it's gonna happen, Guru?
Um, well, there's some names that are out there. AJ Green. Who else? Uh, let's see. There's a lot of names that are out there. They're keeping them under wraps, but don't be surprised. Washington. I know Dallas is probably going to make some moves. If not, um, then of course you know that we're tanking or whatever. But there's going to be a lot of trades for teams that are trying to get over the hump, and teams that are trying to like just kind of part ways. Look for people like JJ Watt. You know, I heard
What?
he's on the trading block. You know, he could
You
be an
can't
asset
trade
to
him, man.
somebody.
You trade
Actually, you can.
you trade
You
the city
know,
before you trade JJ Watt. I mean, I know
Man,
you can, but
you would think that, right?
that
But
city
his
would
production
riot
is
if
not
man.
JJ
where
Watt's
it
trade.
should be. You know,
Yeah,
he's
he's
at the
at the end.
tail
I'll
end.
trade him. I'll trade him.
And
He'll be
you
yeah.
would trade him with
I'll
his
do it.
salary.
To me, you got to trade all these top guys who are good to the cities.
Trade him
To
to a
AJ
contender.
Green, he needs to get traded. Traded. I argue.
Julio Jones,
Yeah.
save
Man,
Julio.
that's a hard one though, because
Why? Why? I mean, trade him. Atlanta's trash. Get
yeah,
something for him. He's still gonna play. You know,
For who?
you get a first rounder. You get two first
if you
rounders
could
for
get two
him.
first rounders for him, I'll go ahead and do it. We're not winning. Like I know
Riverboat Ron, let's take it. I mean, my team sucks,
he's
but
not
I'll
gonna
take
trade.
Julio in
Come
a
on, I don't want
heartbeat.
to see him. I don't want to see him destroy his career twice. Come on, we want to see these guys get traded.
Hey
Yeah, who's
man,
going to throw to
hey,
him?
my
I
receiver's
seen
Edie,
him.
man.
Yeah, I
If
seen
you
him.
guys don't know, scary Terry McLaurin, my
We want to see
receiver's Edie.
trades
That guy's a
where
stud,
guys in
man.
the abysmal
Um,
team go to a good team. I want AJ Green to go to like who's a team he can go to that needs a receiver.
Uh,
what you think? I
uh,
mean, if anything, I see, dude, Julio Jones. I'm sorry, I know that he probably won't get traded, man, but somebody needs to save him from that team. If
no, he will
anything, I
get
mean,
traded.
hey, Niners, go get Julio Jones. Go get Julio
Yep.
Jones.
Yeah. They would.
They'd
They
be the
would make a
ultimate
play
rat
for him
bros if they
too.
do that.
They would
Yeah.
too, because they don't have a marquee receiver. They got a
Hey,
marquee
but
tight
that
end.
tight end is
They don't have a
different
marquee.
though. George Kittle is different.
He is.
He,
Oh,
yeah,
he
hey,
different.
He's different, but you can bracket him. You can
they
take him
try to
out of the
take him
game.
out the game every game. They don't. He,
It's
to
hard,
me,
eh?
to me,
It's
when a
hard because he's
yeah,
that
when you
middle
got a tight end
fielder.
that's blocking, that's like a real blocking tight end on a running play, he's gonna always fake somebody out because he's gonna go out there fake block, and shed the block and go out for a pass, like because you're gonna believe.
And he's got the
Yeah,
speed to go the distance. Like he can outrun safeties and corners
yeah, he's
on slants, and he's
yeah, he's
big.
cool. I'm trying to think.
Dallas released Don Terry Poe and
For
cornerback
real?
Worley
Oh yeah, you guys are
just
done.
now,
Stick. Hey, Nolan, go get the fork.
and we traded MC Griffin.
Yeah, we're gonna get the perennial GRT Sports Casual Conversations with the Homies fork, and I only pull this out when a team is well done, and it's time we stick a fork in a Cowboy season because they're done.
Oh, so okay. Remember this episode because we are 2-5, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
right now. Tito, is that what we are
Yeah.
after losing
Yep.
to you guys?
Yep.
All right. So the fork is in us, but it's not over
You could
yet.
still
It's not
you
over.
could still win the division. I mean,
Stick
anybody
a
could win the
fork in a
division. I
Cowboy.
mean,
Yeah.
Stop it.
we have we have the Giants with one win, and they're still in the running. So that division, whoever comes out is not going anywhere. I'm
All
sorry,
the
but
Yeah.
other
you're
teams
not
have
going
starting
anywhere.
quarterbacks. The Cowboys do not. How, how hard is that to piece together?
It just goes to show you. Just goes to show you one player, one or two key players can
That's
turn a team
why
around.
the Cowboys Well, they wasn't wrong about Dak. They gave him a franchise tag. They should have given him a deal, but he got hurt. But players like Tom Brady change franchises, and sometimes these coaches and GMs need to stop being stubborn, and they need to.
Yep. They need to go get Jacoby.
Brissett, huh? Man, I been.
Yep.
Brissett is the
They need to
best
get
I would be
backup
Brissett.
in the
nice.
league for real.
I can't.
You, somebody needs to go
Might
get
he might play
Jameis.
some
I hate to
real.
say it, but somebody needs to go get Jameis. Like,
Game is a good
there's
quarterback.
backups out there. There's backups out there that can definitely
To me,
start
the
some
Cowboys
football
need to get
games.
James
But
because they need somebody to sling the ball. Like they don't have, like if Dak could throw for like 500 yards, we just need somebody not to throw for 5 picks in the game, and they'll be okay. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Like I don't know. We got new footage of Jameis Winston doing a Dak thing his weekend, but I don't know. Jameis is out there. Who else?
nah, don't
Magic
do
is
it.
out there now. Um, Jacoby Brissett is there
Yeah.
now.
They need to come get Dwayne Haskins.
Nah.
Hey, listen, Dwayne will be a star. He just has to get out of there. He needs to go where
Yep.
somebody wants him. He'll thrive. He can throw the
Uh,
football.
all right.
He just
Before
needs to
we
grow up a
get
little.
to the end of the show, we got a few more things to talk about. Before we get off the football things, I just want to say one thing. How does Adam Gase still have a job?
Star. Easily, the owner doesn't want to look bad. He gave him a vote of confidence about 3 weeks ago, and to fire him now would be to go back on his word to say, "Hey, I believe in Adam Gase is the
They
guy who will
lost
right the ship for the rest of
on
the season."
field
That's the only
goals.
reason.
How do you lose like that?
That was probably the most
If
competitive game of the
right
season.
here, if you fire Gase, do you
Yeah,
see them
I
winning a
do
game?
for sure. Yes.
I don't. I don't. I don't see anything changing. So I think Guru, you might be right in that they'll probably just wait till the end of the season and say, "What am I losing? Why am I? At least I'm gonna keep paying somebody. They're gonna have to pay him regardless if they cut him or not. So it's like, what's gonna change? Nothing's gonna change. I mean, if anything, he's gonna guarantee them that number one pick.
Hey, I'm
All
man
right.
of
So
Gase.
are
I
we
know
trading
Peyton
Sam
Manning.
Darnold?
Sam
I would.
Donald's. I would.
I
He's
don't
If
that
know
you
if he's
good.
can
not
get something
good,
for
but
him,
I would
but
trade for him
you're
if I was the
you're
team.
I I think
yeah.
he's a quality quarterback. I don't think he's a starter in the league. I do not feel he's a starter. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. I don't feel like he's a
I
starter,
like to say,
but
like
he's a
I say with
quarterback
Dwayne
in the NFL.
Haskins. You don't know. At the end of the
You
day,
you
sometimes players get
yeah.
trash coaches.
You don't.
They get
I
trash
could be
coaches.
wrong,
Yeah.
but I'm rarely wrong. I'm rarely wrong. Yeah, he needs a new system. He needs a new
Sa-
system.
Says the 11-5 Cowboys. Says, oh, I guess you guys could run the gauntlet and you can still have 11. But um, it's it's really the situation that happened with Cam, right? Like Cam was with Panthers. Everybody knew that they wanted to trade him. Everybody knew that he didn't have a future there. So who's going to trade for him? Who's going to give anything up when you can kind of get him for free if that's the case? So it's like same thing's happening with Haskins right now, right? Like Washington doesn't want him, like Rivera doesn't
They
want
don't
him.
want him.
It's who's going to give up anything for him where it'd be like either hold on to him until you release him and cut him and I can get him for free. So it's the same thing where it's like I don't think the people around the league are getting very, very smart where they're not going to give up anything. I mean, the one person that would give up doesn't have a job anymore.
Bryant.
Shout out to Bill O'Brien. But it is one of those things where nobody's going to give anything up if you know for a fact that it's not going anywhere, or they'll give up equal or lesser value. I mean, Washington was already in this predicament with Trent Williams. It's like they could have got a first pick, then they ended up trading them for a fifth, and it's just like sometimes you got to cut your losses, and hopefully people realize that, do it sooner rather than later. But
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I think the Sam Darnold, how high he got drafted and when he came in, the jury was out. The jury was out
Too
on him. Some
high,
people
way
loved
too
him, some
high.
people didn't. So I'm saying if it's a team out there and GM that loved him and they don't want him to hit their free agent market or hit the market, they'll just go in there and swoop him, give up a third.
He didn't line it up in college exactly.
Now it's I can see. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. Or sorry for dropping it, but I see a little Josh Allen in him. I don't. You know, I definitely see a little Josh Allen in him. I think if he were to go to like, I can think of him being in Minnesota. I think he would thrive a little bit in that system with those pieces around him. But that's just me. That's just if I'm playing Madden, I'll probably want to see him a little bit, see what he can do with those speedy receivers, with that running back. Because Darnold can actually run out of the pocket a little bit. That's why I kind of see some Allen in him, but I won't knock him. I'm not. I'm on the fence with him.
I'm not even sold on Josh Allen yet. All the
Yeah,
way,
Josh
all the
Allen
way.
regressed the last couple of weeks, but he's a good quarterback. All I'm saying is this, man. Adam Gates is a bad coach, and he sucked from the beginning. And That's who Sam Darnold
Awful
had from the beginning.
coach.
So and they're supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be your offensive guru that's supposed to mold you into the future. And this is your king.
Peyton Manning swears by.
I swear that's working in the '90s, early 2000s. Like one thing they need to understand that these times change. The last person, only person I trust Peyton Manning is Jim Caldwell. He's the only person that he got right when he swore on. He swore on a lot of people. They're all kind of like, eh. Jim Caldwell, Jeff Saturday. That's his last picks that were pretty good. But I don't know. Sam Darnold, there's a lot of teams
Yeah.
that can use him. The Raiders can use him. The Broncos can use him. The Browns might be looking for another quarterback. The Pittsburgh Steelers should start grooming a quarterback of the future. He'll sit a couple years. The NFC East teams, all of them, because none of them have a quarterback right now. I guess Daniel Jones. I don't know. Daniel Jones might have bought himself another year with that run, even though he tripped. But he was running
Yeah,
pretty fast.
he has potential. He has potential. I think you give him another year. Yeah, he might
Man,
win
to
the
me, out of
division.
all the teams that's playing good, even though they lost, but the Giants are the only team that seems like they're getting. I know they only have one win, but they seem like they're getting better every single week.
They get better. They're getting better. And the Eagles, people need to watch out. The Eagles have a good young receiving core. I don't know who those guys are, but I've seen enough in them to know that they're good. Carson Wentz is their problem. They don't want to say it publicly, but those young receivers, they are good that they have. I mean, like, they're good. I don't know who they are. That lets you know. Like, they just stepped in this year, but they're good. Carson Wentz isn't.
Arciego Whiteside. He played at Stanford. It's the only reason I know him.
He's a
Bay
good.
Area kid.
Yeah, him and a couple other guys on that squad. Not even mentioning their tight ends are
All right,
good.
cool. NFL.
Yeah, so yeah,
All right, so
yeah,
UFC was
cool.
it 253? What was this past weekend? Yeah, 253.
I believe so.
Khabib
I believe
Nurmagomedov,
so.
whatever. How you say his name? Walt? Yeah,
We
Khabib.
stick to Khabib.
He fought Justin Gaethje. That was actually a good main event card. I was kind of satisfied with like most of the fights. The only thing I was mad at was the referee that was trying to get Gaethje killed. But like, stop the fight, man. Like stop it. Like he's linguini. Like stop it.
He tapped. Yeah, he tapped
He
twice,
was like,
dude.
no, I need to see him die first, and then I'm gonna stop the fight. As soon as he went, he was like, let me wait. Oh no, he's dead now. Cool. But yeah, Khabib won. Did it for his pops. Did what he, on a broken foot. Came in there, gave a real soft speech. But he also said he should be the UFC pound for pound fighter. Number one. What are your thoughts on? What's your thoughts on that? Wait, no. Before we get on that, then John Jones, the infamous or famous, whatever you want to said, "I'll give it to you for right now until I get the heavyweight belt." You know, he was like,
FTP.
"Give it to you until I get the heavyweight belt." Then later, I guess he seen people on Twitter talking about it, Instagram, got kind of irritated. It was like, no, he's not. Like, get out of here. This guy's what four title fights. Get out of here. I'm John Jones. This guy, no way. But go ahead, Tito. What's your thoughts?
I mean, Khabib is Khabib, man. Like, he has dominated every single one of his fights. Like, I mean, they've all ended the same way by submission, but he has dominated every single one of his fights. Um, is he pound for pound? He can be in the conversation. The reason that I say that is I personally feel in order to be pound for pound, you have to be active. Like, you have to fight more often than not. And that's just how I personally feel. I mean, I'm glad I'm not a judge. I mean, some of the judging has been atrocious in some of these sports, especially boxing. No shade at anybody, but it is one of those things where I I say he can definitely be in the conversation because he's gone out there and put his money where his mouth is. Like literally has dominated everybody that they put in front of him. So I'm gonna give him the respect there. At the same time, I mean, with John Jones, I think if we're talking purely fights, if we're talking purely talent, purely, I would say he's in the conversation. I don't know if I'd give it to one or the other because he also has to be active. I mean, he's just active now, but I mean, he was inactive for his own doing. He was definitely, his own knuckleheadness. And even the fights that he has now. I mean, you know me, everybody that's watching, you guys know the GRT mantra, go for broke.
He won
But
those fights.
it's
He
he
won those
hasn't put
fights.
away anybody. He hasn't
He
he
dominated those
hasn't
fights.
dominated. Nah, come on, man. Judging, let's go. I need to become a judge. I'm gonna try and look up what do I gotta do to start that process, man.
You can't.
But yeah, or if not, I mean, hey, let's have an episode where we just score it. Let's go and have some
We
live
can't show the
scoring or
TV,
something
but
like
we
that,
can do
man.
it.
Because lately, I mean, exactly, but it's like lately I've just been, with judging has been very, very questionable all across the board. I mean, even like you said in that UFC card, I the co-main event, Robert Whitaker, um, versus
Cannonier.
who did he fight? Cannonier. Cannonier. Like one of the judges gave it a Cannonier. I mean, I thought it was easily 3-0 for Whitaker. I mean, I know why they gave it a Cannonier, but hey, man,
Why?
judging has been atrocious. But getting back to pound for pound, getting back to pound for pound, I don't know who I would give it to in my honest opinion, man. Like I do think that it's in the conversation. Um, but I feel like you just have to be active and it sucks because not a lot of people are active um or active enough to kind of say, all right, I'm always gonna be able to put my belt on the line. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna win every single time. Um and handily too, like don't leave it up for a debate. Don't leave it up for somebody like me, who's definitely a troll, but uh, don't leave it up for a debate, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
I don't. I would say this: Khabib was a great fighter. No, nothing taken away from his accomplishments. But no, I don't think he gets pound for pound. No, I think he's a great fighter, and he can if he want to still be active, and he kept fighting, but he retired, and he had good reasons to retire, and I understand why he retired. But I don't think he's gonna unretire. Like the way he retired is so not perfect because his circumstances is not like great because it had to do with the death of his father, but it was a good send off that he had. But I would say this: I'm 32 now, right? Okay, Guru, we're gonna wrap it up. Uh, we need like 7 more minutes, Guru. All right. John Jones has been relevant for the past 10 years. Let's say about 10 years, maybe a little bit more. And it's all about winning. in all mostly championship fights, are him having the belt, or him losing the belt because something he did stupid and had to get it back, and he wins those fights. So I think two things. I think John Jones, when it comes to UFC, they have to give it to somebody. They couldn't give it to GSP back in the day. Let's not talk about GSP, but John Jones is the man. I think he's, as far as fighter, he's cool. I think John Jones is doing himself a disservice by being so offended by this, to where like you don't need to cape that hard. Like people have stats. The UFC record holders can see the record books themselves, so you don't have to go so hard for your cause. Like sometimes you do yourself a discredit by making people not like you and make people like nah. But like if you kind of got a good record, let it stand for itself. That's what a lot of people come down to, is records and what have you done. But go ahead, Tito. I know you want to hop in there.
No, I was just gonna say I do
Cool.
have a pound for pound, and it's probably gonna shock you guys. Amanda
Okay.
Nunes.
That's a good one.
She should be UFC's pound for pound, regardless.
She
I
need
don't
more
care
fights.
about men's, women's.
She needs
She's
5
active
more.
enough.
She gets 5 more
She
fights.
gets
I give
there.
it to
She's
her.
one big.
I need 5. I don't know.
That's my pound for pound.
That's a good one.
I'll take it. If not, I'll put Valentina up there too. I mean, she's coming up on a fight card. But Shevchenko, she's putting it. I mean, hey, these girls are doing work, man. That's awesome. But I mean, I hear you on the John Jones factor, man. I mean, like to be pound for pound, you have to have a little bit of the Mayweather factor, where people want to see you lose, like genuinely are watching for you to fail. And I mean, he's failed so much outside of the ring. There is that element there every single time he steps in. Like Izzy is getting up there too, right? Like he's definitely starting to defend his belt. He's definitely trying to get into that John Jones realm. But I would definitely see your
Izzy
argument
need more
there.
fights, yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna take anything away from from John Jones's talent, but I think you're right. It's bugging
Yeah.
him way too much. I don't know what. Like you don't get paid more. Like they're not. No one's Connor.
Yeah. I know.
You're not gonna
They were
get
showing
paid
some
more.
his numbers, and it's like, dang, John Jones he just nobody gets paid in UFC besides Conor. And I guess Khabib this last fight. But Guru, before we get out of here, quick hits. Boxing and NBA. Go with boxing. What's your boxing news?
Oh, boxing. Just getting ready for the next heavyweight fight. I mean the big fight that's coming up. Was Floyd Mayweather's fight. I can't remember his name.
Gervonta Davis.
Yes, you know who it is, Tito. I don't know exactly, but that fight's coming up soon. So I'm looking forward to that. And Warriors news. Klay Thompson looking good. I'm anxious to see, like, the one big excitement that I'm looking forward to is the Warriors coming back. These are players in their prime now, and they've already been achieved a level of success that most players won't achieve, and they still have a chance to do more. So I'm excited to see, like, because we haven't really like discussed them, and I know we'll discuss them another time, but it's like, I know the Lakers won it, but man, the Warriors are back. You have to be excited about that.
Yeah, I am. I want to see what they do in the draft, what they do in the season when it comes up. Yeah, I'm looking. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised next year when the Warriors come back. Hopefully, they can come back healthy, and the West is still open to me. Like I know LeBron and them just won it, but they're a bunch of team of old geezers, and I think the Warriors can take them with their style of play. So.
With
We got
number
Jose in here. He
32-year-old.
says Khabib is pound for pound, but not if he's retired. Exactly. Like I get it. He finished his fights. He's great, but he retired. Like I said, if he would have kept going, people would have
Yep.
said it convincingly.
He's not
they
even
would've
champion
gave it to
anymore,
him,
right?
like 100%. But he retired, and like I said, rightfully so. Why he retired? He had good reasons. he won that match. I think he should have kept fighting. He could keep fighting because when people pass away, they're kind of gone, and it's like you miss them and you want to honor them, but you not doing something that's going to bring them back. So, but he'll look into that in the future. I guess that's our show. We'll be back on Friday, Halloween. I'm not doing nothing because it's COVID. Are you? No, Halloween is on Saturday. Saturday's Halloween. Saturday is Halloween, and Guru will have on a costume on Friday, so look forward to that. He's gonna have his Dallas Cowboys. What's it?
Hey, nah, I was gonna say, hey Guru, I want to dress up as a clown. Can you send me your jersey?
Oh dang it, Tito, you beat me.
I have a feeling
I
I'm
was
having
gonna
last
say
laugh.
he's gonna have one of his Cowboys jerseys, Cowboys hat, and says I'm a trash can. But
Nah,
Hey,
yeah, the Astros are gonna
oh
come try
wow,
and bang them.
trash. They beat the A's, man. That's real sad. But anything, Guru, before we get out of here?
yes. I just wanted to say that you know, I'm glad that we're at the midway point, close to the season, with some football being played, surprises that have happened this year. That's I'm sure surprised all of us that we weren't expecting, and there's going to be some more surprises coming forward. So, great show. Also, everyone out there who's watching, I appreciate every single one of y'all. You help make the show, taking time out of your schedule to listen to us, and I really appreciate it.
Cool. Tito.
Yeah, same. As Guru, when it comes down to our watchers, thank you. Super, super appreciative. Thanks for you guys in the comments. Definitely, I love making this as interactive as it possibly can be. I love talking to Guru. I love talking to Ray Mir. We kind of have that active thread. That text thread, kind of very, very active, and writing each other. Pause. Um, on teams and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, super, super sad that baseball's done, but happy because my team won.
Man, sad. Yeah, you're
Uh,
happy.
at right at the same time, it really is going to be all about football at the moment, right? Like no basketball. Basketball's done. Baseball just got done.
Football.
We don't know when's the start of all the other ones. There's been some nice college football games out there as well, man. So Saturday, if you guys ain't doing anything, some of those leagues are coming back. Although small sample sizes, like Pac-12 is trying to put, I think they're only going to have like an 8-game season or something like that. Um, I think the Big Ten just started, like a couple weeks ago. So it's just all about football, man. It's going to be interesting.
Cool. And for me, thanks to everybody for watching. David, Jose, I know you guys were there. We had some other people there, but they didn't leave comments. Yeah. See you guys next time, I guess. Let's see. John Jones just tweeted. Like I just said, John Jones, just let it go, man. He tweeted, I don't know, it's gonna focus. He showed it. He said it has Rashad Evans, Leota Machida, Quentin Rampage Jackson, Mauricio Shogun Rua, and he's like, those his first 4 defensive fights, and his first championship fights, and it's could be only talking about his 4 that he has, but to me, John Jones just needs to let it go. Just let it go. Let the record speak for itself. There's no need for you to keep caping like that. Like it's no point. Like you're trying to. I don't know, man. Like to me, at some point, as a grown person, like I tell my kids, you gotta just not care about nobody. The situation you in, don't care about the public. Somebody's gonna always say something. Somebody's gonna always be against you. So just let it go.
Yeah.
But you letting people live rent free in your head. That's crazy. Like that's dumb. But anyway, we'll see you guys on Friday. Thanks for watching. Thanks you, Tito. Thank you, Guru. It's always a pleasure. And we're out.